What's up? What's up? Good morning. Good morning. How we doing today? How are we doing? Top of the week. It's Monday morning. Tapping in with the good folks. What's up with y'all, man? What's up? What's up? You know what I'm saying? What's up with y'all? So, you know what I'm saying? Jay-Z is in the news. He's gonna be in the news this whole week. Jay-Z have until July 17th to respond to that DNA test. Jay-Z responded, said, he made statements. Somebody was thrown out in court, all this stuff. Well, the judge green-lighted a paternity test for Jay-Z to take. So, y'all might wonder, why don't Jay-Z want to take this paternity test? Why don't Jay-Z want to claim Ramir? Ramir look like Jay-Z. Why is Jay-Z fighting this thing tooth and nail? You know, somebody actually shot at Ramir too. Somebody tried to kill Ramir, try to send him a message. Now, who you think that message came from? That's a good question. Who you think that message came from? You know what I'm saying? You think Jay-Z had something to do with trying to shake up Ramir? I think so. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z don't want to claim Ramir due to the simple fact that Jay-Z and Ramir's mother at the time, Ramir's mother was underage. And Jay-Z took her from Philly to New York across state lines. So Jay-Z took a minor across state lines. She was 15 to 16 at the time. Jay-Z was 22. Jay-Z was 22 dealing with a 16-year-old. And he took this 16-year-old across state lines to engage in sexual acts. So that's some serious charges. That's why Jay does not want to even confirm that he had relations with Ramir's mother. To claim Jay had relations with Ramir's mother would prove that he slept with an underage girl. It would prove that Jay-Z allegedly slept with an underage girl to even confirm that he knows Ramir's mother would, you know what I'm saying, would prove that. Thank you, appreciate you. So to even say that, yeah, I know his mother, that would prove that I was there. That would prove that some kind of relationship. So Jay is trying to avoid this whole thing. He's trying to avoid this whole thing. But did y'all know about Leticia Mason? Now y'all see the title. The title says Leticia Mason, Jay-Z daughter. And how can she see now Ramir need to do what Leticia did. What did Leticia do? Well, Leticia in 2020 she took a DNA test submission, but she took it to confirm it through Jay-Z's grandmother. Now Hattie White, aka Yaya, is Jay-Z's grandmother. And Leticia Mesa, through ancestry, went and find out that Jay-Z's grandmother, let's see, grandparents' DNA tests, such as those that might be used to confirm a grandmother. So she took a DNA test to confirm a grandmother. And guess who was confirmed the grandmother when she took the DNA test? Hattie White. Now you might ask yourself, who is Hattie White? Hattie White is Jay-Z's grandmother. So Leticia Mesa, through a DNA test, confirmed that Jay-Z grandmother is her family, bro. Why is this important? grandparent DNA tests, such as those that might be used to confirm a grandmother grandchild relationship. So this is the grandchild, Hattie White. You know what I'm saying? It's the grandchild of Leticia. So grandchild relationships are designed to verify biological relationships when a parent is unavailable. So when a parent is unavailable to take a DNA test, you can still find out through the grandparents if you're a link to that parent who don't want to take the DNA test. And this links Leticia Mason to Hattie White as her grandmother. So Hattie White is Leticia Mason's grandmother through a DNA test she took. You know what I'm saying? Even when the parents ain't there, you can still take one through the grandparents to find out. And she did it. That's very important. Grandparents' DNA tests, such as those that might be used to confirm a grandmother grandchild relationship, are designed to verify biological relationship when a parent is unavailable. So Jay-Z's unavailable. Okay, go around it. You can still confirm it through his grandparents, through Jay-Z's grandparents. You could confirm a link. And that's what she did. Leticia Mason confirmed a link through Jay-Z's grandparents that Hattie White is her grandmother. Hattie White is her grandmother. So how can Jay-Z get around that one? How can Jay-Z get around that? A DNA test confirms that your grandmother is, come on, gang. I'm telling you, boy. For testing these tests, compare DNA markers to determine the likelihood of a biological relationship. A biological relationship. And she looked just like Jay. Let me see if I could put up the green screen. She looked just like Jay, too. That's her right there. That's her right there. She looked just like Jay. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Word, I heard about her case years ago. I heard about her case years ago. That's Leticia Mason. She has confirmed through a match. She confirmed through a match that Jay-Z's mother is her grandmother. Proved that Jay-Z's mother is her grandmother. And who's Jay-Z's grandmother? Hattie White. So that's crazy, bro. She proved it. That Jay-Z's mother is her grandmother. Jay-Z's mother is her grandmother. Leticia Mason. I'm going to come back to that one. I got some more too. So let's talk about Jay, bro. He got two kids out here. He got Leticia and Ramir. And Leticia was dead on with it. Leticia knew. Leticia knew. Check this out. Leticia Mason and Ramir were about to do a siblings DNA test together. They was about to go take a siblings DNA test together. Before they could, Jay-Z paid her off and brought her a house. So before she could take this sibling DNA test, Jay-Z contacted her and paid her off and bought her a house. So he's in contact with her. So Jay's in contact with her. I just want y'all to know that. Before she could do a siblings DNA test, Leticia Mason, Jay-Z paid her. He paid her off. He bought her a big house. You know what that paid off for? That's to pay off for silence. He paid her silence, so she don't come forth with the information. And she disappeared. That's Leticia Mason. She disappeared. Never seen her again. Because Jay-Z paid her off. But through ancestry, Jay-Z's mother is her grandmother. Jay-Z's mother is her grandmother, y'all. Yo, Finesse, what's up? She took a DNA test to confirm Jay-Z's mother is her grandmother. Wow. And who did she take the test through? Leticia stated in 2020 that a DNA submission to Ancestry.com confirmed it matched to Jay-Z's grandmother. So who's Jay-Z's grandmother? Hattie White. Now, when y'all go look up, you do your research, you find out who Hattie White is. She's at least 98 to 99. Well, I don't know if she's still living or not, but they call her Yaya. They call her Yaya. She is linked to Leticia Mason, and so is Jay-Z's mother. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, bro. And this is the second child that claimed that Jay-Z fathered them, bro. Second one. This is the second one. But she right here, she got paid off. She took the money. She took the money from Jay. So what that means? She gonna be silent about it, She has 3 kids right now. So Leticia Mason has 3 kids. But through ancestry, it proved that Jay-Z mother is her grandmother. Jay-Z mother is a grandmother through DNA testing. Ain't that something? So Ramir, he's trying to avoid that because that's an underage sexual relationship. Yeah, man, that's the culture they live in. It's an underage sexual relationship. So he's avoiding that, but end of the day, the judge is green lighting it to push forward with it. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy work, man. It's crazy work, man. You know what I'm saying? The judge is pushing forward. And by July, 17th? July 17th, around that time, he gonna have to take a DNA test. Jay's gonna have to take a DNA test. This is that's Leticia Mason in the background. That's Leticia Mason. You know what I'm saying? That's Leticia Mason in the background. And this is Jay-Z's family right here. So now if you look, that's the grandmother in the middle. So that's the grandmother with the green dress on. Then we have Jay-Z mother, who he got his arm around. That's his mother right there. She is the grandmother of Leticia Mason. And through Ancestry.com, they confirmed the match through the grandmother, Hattie White. Hattie White confirmed the match. And it links Jay-Z's mother as being Leticia Mason's grandmother. And why is Beyonce angry about this? Because Beyonce is selfish. Beyonce don't care if he have other kids out there. All Beyonce want you to take care of Blue, you to take care of our kids. That's all Beyonce want. Beyonce don't care about no other kids he might have fathered out in the world. Now that's a wicked woman. You would think as a woman, Beyonce would say, yo, Jay-Z, take that DNA test. Yo, Jay-Z, confirm this once and for all. Beyonce Beyonce mad. Beyonce hate the kid. She hate Ramir. But why you gonna hate Ramir? Every child should know who their father is. Is Ramir wrong for trying to find out who his father is? Is he wrong for that? Is Ramir wrong for trying to find out who his father is? Please let me know. Is he wrong for that? I think not. Every child's supposed to know who my father is. If he is or not. Let's put a resolution to this. Why is Jay-Z ducking this thing for decades, bro? Why? You gotta ask yourself. If it's not true, okay, let's do it. Let's prove it. If this kid ain't mine, I'ma prove it. I'ma shut him up. But if I got some doubt in my mind, some doubt that I did sleep with his mother, and she said at the time she only slept with 2 men. One was the one was Jay-Z and one was the other guy. Guess what? That one took the paternity test. It wasn't his child. Guess who's left? Jay-Z to take the paternity test. Remember, she was young at the time. You know what I'm saying? She only been with two men, and out of those two men, she got pregnant. One was Jay-Z, one was the other guy. The other guy took the paternity. He wasn't the father. Jay-Z's left. He ain't taken paternity yet. Jay-Z has yet to confirm that the child ain't his. The more you hide, bro, the more guilt it shows. And y'all are, y'all are respecters of person. Just cause he got billions of dollars, y'all don't see nothing wrong about the situation. Because he's rich. He's famous. Who cares about a regular Ramir? Who cares? Jay-Z's rich. I'm on his side. That's how a lot of y'all run. I don't go that way. I don't go that way, bro. I'm not a respecter of a person. I don't care how much money you got. That don't mean nothing, bro. You can't cram that into your casket. When when we finish with this, it's all said and done. We die. We can't take none of that stuff that we cherish so much. We cannot cram it into our casket and take it with us. We cannot. So I don't care about how much money you got, how much wealth. That don't mean nothing to me. I'll strip all of that out and see the real you for you. Never fooled by money. Never fooled by it. You can't take it with us. So why am I gonna? So y'all look at Jay-Z as a pillar of society. When I been knew Jay-Z got kids out there that he ain't claiming. He ain't claiming those kids out there. I been knew that. Y'all need to know that too. I don't care how y'all feel. You know what I mean? This ain't no feel good stream. This ain't no feel good stream. I'm from Brooklyn, like I said. I'm from Brooklyn. I went to school with Jay-Z nephew. I know, you know what I mean? I know folk. You know what I'm saying? I'm close to that side. I've been to school with his nephew, chop it up with his nephew. His nephew wearing all that Rockaway stuff, before the world even knew what Rockaway was. I've been there. I seen Jay. I seen Biggie. I seen all of them, bro. I'm from this side. But at the end of the day, bro, claim your kids, bro. Don't be ducking no paternity test, bro. And when they when Leticia and Ramir was about to do a joint paternity test, that's both his kids, Leticia and Ramir. When they were about to do a joint paternity test, you you paid off Leticia. You paid off Leticia. You brought her a big house, and it got quiet. It got quiet. You paid her off, bro. You in contact with her, bro. Leticia, you in contact with her, bro. You know that's your daughter. What are we doing here? What are we doing here, bro? It's all facts. This is all Googles, bro. I ain't making this stuff up. I did my research. I did my research. I got my book here. I did my research, bro. In 2020, Leticia claimed that a DNA submission to Ancestry.com confirmed a match to Jay-Z's grandmother. In 2020, this was 5 years ago, Leticia confirmed the match to Jay-Z's grandmother. So if Leticia is confirming a match to Jay-Z's family and it's linking, guess what? Jay-Z's the father, bro. You don't gotta go to the parents directly. You could go around the parents. You could go to the grandparents. You could, yeah, it's ways around it. It's ways around it. You go to the grandparents and find out. Even when the parents ain't there. Grandparents' DNA tests, such as those that might be used to confirm a grandmother-grandchild relationship. See, it's to confirm a grandmother-grandchild relationship are designed to verify biological relationships when a parent is unavailable. So this is used to confirm a parent's grandparent's biological relationship when the parents ain't available. Meaning when the parents duck in the DNA test, you could go around and still get it done through the grandparents to find out, is it a link there? Is it a link through the grandparents? Is Jay-Z mother my grandmother? It confirmed that it is. Now what? It confirmed that Jay-Z's mother is her grandmother. Now what? Now what? Now what we gonna do? Oh, don't talk about that. Nah. Ramir is in the news now. Shorty laying low. Remember, Jay-Z probably still greasing her pockets. Jay-Z probably still paying for her silence. So she got a big house. She got money. She chillish. You know, she gonna lay low. Ramir, on the other side, he's bringing it back up. But Shorty got paid off. She got paid off. So he had to believe her. Jay-Z is just not gonna give you money for no reason, bro. Believe me, you're smarter than your average. Salute to you, my guy. Salute to you. Jay-Z is just not gonna give you money for no reason. He only gonna give you money if it's true. If it's true, Jay's gonna break you off. And he broke off Leticia. He paid her off, and he brought her a house. Jay-Z brought her a house. He gave her money for her silence. Be quiet. I'll take care of you for the rest of your life. Just be quiet. That's all Jay wanted. Your silence. Be quiet. I'll buy you the house. I'll give you money. Just shut up about it. Just shut up. And she did it. She shut up. She shut up. She shut up about it. But Ramir is coming out now. Ramir is coming out and saying, yo, Jay-Z is my dad, man. And y'all heard about it through the years. Y'all heard about Ramir's story. Y'all didn't care. Y'all didn't care about the guy. All y'all care about was rich Jay-Z. Y'all, that's all y'all care about was Jay-Z. Jay-Z, that's all y'all care about. Y'all ain't care about Ramir. And that's wicked, man. Because that man mother's not here. So at least, if Jay-Z is his father, at least give him some money, man. Too much like brother was somebody yesterday told me. Listen, man. Jay-Z got to pay, man. I promise you. He got to pay. And it's nasty because if he was with an underage girl, that need to be confirmed, bro. Was Ramir mother underage? Found $5 on the floor. I found $5. I don't know where that came from. I just found $5. I think. Yeah, but she was 16, 17, bro. Jay-Z was in his 20s, 22, bro. 22 at the time, and he drove her from Philly to Brooklyn across state lines, bro. Jay-Z is out here doing nasty work, man. Nasty work, man. Jay-Z out here doing nasty work, bro. We need to expose that, bro. You out here with underage. You got an underage girl, allegedly. You got an underage girl pregnant, bro. You really did that? You really did that, gang? Allegedly. Across state lines? So you was trafficking her, That's the Mann Act. Ain't that the Mann Act? Is Jay-Z guilty of the Mann Act? That's crazy. Now is Jay-Z guilty of the Mann Act, y'all? Y'all like, damn. Cave woke up, going in on Jay. He going in on him. Listen, man. I don't got no picks in this. I ain't got no picks, man. Is Jay-Z guilty of the Mann Act? Jay-Z took a minor across state lines to engage in sexual activity. The minor got pregnant, and we have a child who's claiming that Jay-Z is the father. This minor only slept with two people at the time. One was Jay-Z, and one was the other person who took the DNA test, and he was found out to not be the father. So one more DNA test got to be taken. Jay-Z is ducking that DNA test. He's ducking that DNA test. Come on, man. Let's be real here, bro. I'ma talk the real. Yes, the drug dealers been doing that. And I never respected it. Like, I never respected a grown man preying on a young girl, bro. I never respected it, bro. Like you can't find a woman your age. You know what I'm saying? You would see you would see the drug dealers parked up at the high schools. I'm coming out of high school. I'm walking. I got to go to the bus. I got to take the train. These dudes already got their nice cars, hollering at the little girls. You know what I'm saying? Hollering at the little girls. You know, cutting in on my plate. I'm like, damn, you grown, homie. Go get a grown woman. Why you on my level? Cutting into my plate. You know what I'm saying? Why you cutting into my plate? That's all I'm saying. Don't cut into my plate, homie. You coming to the high school. This is my domain, homie. Go to the bars or something, bro. You come in. I never respected that, homie. I never, bro. I feel you. Feel me, smarter. Never respected that, bro. Like, come on, man. Why you preying on them, bro? You got everything. You got the money. You got the cars. Go find a woman your age. Is it that hard to find a woman your age? You got it all. But you don't want it that way. You want to manipulate. You want to use and abuse, bro. I never respected them, bro. That's why I can't respect Jay. Like, bro, you did all that knowing you was famous, hoping that, you know, that this died down. Even when the mother died, bro, she died. Jay was probably celebrating. You know what I'm saying? Celebrating, man. Well, what's in the dark gonna come to the light, homie. Never forget that. What's in the dark always comes to the light, man. You know what I mean? You try to escape. See, it's a lot of underage stuff comes out with Jay's name, bro. I want y'all to pay attention. It's a lot of underage stuff comes out with Jay-Z name too, bro. Aaliyah, Beyonce. Come on, man. It's just too much. Jay-Z been a sucker MC. Not only that, he a biter. Biter, bro. Yo, I was watching a compilation, bro. Like, I don't even Foxy Brown. Yeah, see that? Foxy got you hot cause you kept your face in the puss. You think you getting girls now cause of your looks? Foxy got you hot cause you kept your face in the puss. You think you getting girls now cause of your looks? Foxy Brown. That's right. Foxy Brown. You know what I'm saying? But I was watching a compilation with Jay-Z, bro. This had to be uploaded like 15 years ago. Come on, y'all. Let's get them likes up. Let's get them likes up. You want to donate to the channel, hit up the super chat. I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? All support. We taking it. Hit up the likes. Donate to the super chat. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to that. But I seen a compilation on YouTube, man, with Cameron, I think, put this together when he was dissing Jay, when they was going through their little issues and stuff. Well, Cameron put up a compilation. Somebody put it up. Every line that Jay-Z took from people. He's a sucker MC. Yeah, jacking, yeah. Pause. Said jacking dudes. Pause. Yeah. Yo, bro. He took from not of course we all know he took from Biggie. Yeah. But bro, it's way beyond Biggie, bro. I'm like, this thing like 15, 20 minutes long, homie. Yo, bro, it had like 9 parts to it, bro. No, yo, bro, it had like 9 parts. Part 1 of 9, 2 of 9, 3 of 9. All Jay-Z taking people bars, bro. Sucker MC. Sucker MC, bro. Taking bars. You taking bars, bro. Is forbidden in hip hop, bro. As same as you suing Drake. You suing a man because you lost a battle. That's that's forbidden in hip hop. You taking bars. Okay, you said, I take a big verse. I'm only bigging up my brother. I'm not a biter. I'm a writer for myself and another. I say a big verse. I'm only bigging up my brother, bigging up my borough. But bro, how many Biggie verses you gonna take, homie? You know what I'm saying? How many Biggie verses you gonna take, bro? How many, man? Know what I'm saying? You wanna pay homage to Big, bro. I get it. But you don't gotta take his verse every time, bro. Taking his bars, bro. We know y'all relationship, homie. You know what I'm saying? It was just so much, bro. Like, you really, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm not a writer, I'm a biter. Yeah, that's the hook. I'm not a writer, I'm a biter. You know, and then you hear the apple, somebody biting on the apple or something. The sound effects was a bro. He took from everybody, from West Coast artists. He took from East Coast. He took from down south. Jay just taking y'all stuff, man. Just taking it, bro. Word, man. So he's a sucker MC, smarter than your average. Yeah, man. We got a few people in the chat. Y'all low riding. Shout out to the low riders, man. You know, y'all gonna be here. Y'all gonna low ride, but y'all can speak, man. Shout out to y'all, man, in the chat. Just make sure y'all hit the like button, man. I see y'all. I see y'all. Shout out to the low riders, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking, man. He's a sucker MC. Jay-Z is a sucker MC, man. You know, and my man put it the best. Smarter than your average, put it the best. It's sucker MC. You know what I'm saying? Like how many hot albums Jay-Z had, bro? How many hot bro? Jay-Z ain't that nice, bro. I'm not even gonna hold you, bro. Jay-Z started to fizzle off early 2000s, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Jay only got two hot albums, bro. The Black album is hot. I, Reasonable Doubt is hot. You know what I'm saying? Jay is hit and miss, bro. So how was he the bro? He hit and miss, bro. You know what I'm saying? He was nicer when he was hungrier, bro. The early '90s, bro, with the streets is watching, the Lucky Me's, you know what I'm saying? That's when Jay was on the sting, bro. He fizzled out. He wasn't hot no more, bro. Come on, gang. The early birds get the worm, and he gets to pick what worm he wants. I'm saying priority. He gets to pick the worm. That's priority right there. Shout out to everybody in the chat, though. Yo, they here, though. They here. They probably in their bed, laying down. Salute to y'all, man. They probably rolling up, got their little chapoofis. I got mine right here. I'm in the zone right now. I got mine. This is my first one for the day. Got my wake and bake going. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just chopping it, man. Just popping it. As they say, the young boys. I'm just popping it. You know what I mean? I like the young boys lingo, man. So, I'm just here popping it, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the young, you know what I mean? The young boys, man. Get into the bag, man. Trying to stay out of trouble, man. But the early bird do get the worm, though, man. The early bird do get the worm. I smoke breakfast. My breakfast is a blunt and some water. You see this water right here? And a blunt, that's it. That's all I need. All right, but I always got water, bro. Yo, I drink so much water, bro. My skin, it makes your skin clear, bro. Gotta drink water. Plus, your urine don't smell, bro. It don't smell. If you drink a whole bunch of soda and you go to the bathroom to urinate, you'd be like, oh, just your urination alone, it gives off a stench. That means you're drinking too much soda. You drink it, you know what I mean? You need more water in your life. If your urine gives off a stench, you're not drinking enough water. You know what I'm saying? So, water, you know what I'm saying, is my thing. Shout out to y'all, but back to Jay-Z. Jay-Z only had two hot albums, bro. Jay-Z only had two hot albums, bro. That I know of, bro. That I could say, yo. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give it three, man. The Life and Times of Sean Carter. Cause my homie is on that song. If I should die, don't cry, man. Just fly, money. But bullets in the sky, money. Now, if my homie was on that song. I didn't even find out that was him. when he was working out in the park, you know, he like, yo, man, I'm on Jay-Z's song and all that, man. Yeah, man. I used to run with Jay back in the days. You know, his verses. Now his verse in that "If I Should Die" is the third verse. Now the third verse. I see niggas like spying right in front of me. How can a man with this cold streets mental me done in me? Now I mean him, his verse. Well, I work out with him a lot, and I know him personally, and I didn't even know that was him, bro. I didn't even know that was him on that Jay song. I'm like, oh, that's you, homie? Like, yeah, that's me, man. I'm like, oh, snap, that's fire. So, homie be working out, staying in shape. You know what I'm saying? Probably, he probably still getting royalties from that song. Still getting royalties from that song, bro. Like, royalties don't go away. Residual income, homie. Y'all appreciate y'all for being in the building. Shout out to y'all. Hit the like button. Y'all coming to the building. Sean only had two hot singles. I won't say two hot singles in his whole career. Cause I could name a couple hot fire Jay-Z songs. Streets is Watching, Lucky Me. That's a fire song. You know, Jay-Z had a lot. Brooklyn's Finest. That's featuring B.I.G. That's three. He had Hey Poppy. Jay-Z had a couple fire songs. Big Pimpin'. A lot of songs on, his what's that? That album he paid to get what's that? Him and Kanye album, Watch the Throne. Jay-Z had a lot of fire albums on Watch the Throne. So it's more than two hot singles, homie. I ain't gonna do that. But as far as albums, yeah, Friend or Foe. Yeah, definitely Friend or Foe. That beat. Tell Big he's unbelievable. See, yeah, yeah, man. Big has some, I mean, Jay-Z has some songs. What about In My Lifetime? I like that. What's the meaning? What's the meaning of life? What's the mean? See, when Jay was on that timing, I respected it. What's the meaning of life? What's the meaning? What's the meaning? But Streets is Watching. Street, we can't front. Jay had some hot lines. If I shoot you, I'm brainless. But if you shoot me, you famous. Yo, bro. Once that line dropped in the hood, bro, people in my my middle school. If I shoot you, I'm brainless. But if you shoot me, you're famous. Everybody was saying that. That, you know what I mean? That like that one liner. If you could catch him with the one liner, Jay was very good at that. Jay-Z was very good at catching you with the one liners. If I shoot you, I'm brainless. But if you shoot me, you famous? Come on, man. A lot of that. He got some hits. You removing the real ring. Uh, conspiracy. I feel your conspiracy coming in. He removed the real reigning rappers. So we trying to say Jay has something to do with removing them. I feel your conspiracy coming in. But I entertain you. I entertain it. So what you trying to say? Jay Z has something to do with removing Biggie and Tupac, the real reigning rappers, as you would say. So Jay has something to do with that. I would say at the time of Biggie and Tupac kicking up dust out here, you know what I mean? They active out here. Jay was getting outshined by Biggie. Jay was getting outshined by Biggie. No need. I said it. Jay was getting outshined by Biggie. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Biggie was the big elephant in the room, bro. Jay ain't get no light, bro. Even on his own songs, Brooklyn Finest. Biggie took that from him, bro. You cannot tell me Biggie ain't outshine Jay-Z on his own song, bro. What? Come on, bro. Ain't no way. He said, F fist fights and lame scuffle. Pillowcase to your face, make the shell muffle. Shoot your daughter in the calf muscle. F a tussle, nickel plated. Sprinkle coke on the floor, make it drug related. Most hated. Come on, son. Come on, son. Big destroyed him on that, bro. Destroyed him on that, bro. He said we play the crib when it's make weather. Mafios drop cannons in the Mark Buchanans. Usually Quattro Cinco. Slugs hit slow. Shots through your Nautica. I'm warning you. Now, I went to say that Brooklyn Finest had a line edited out. Now, when Biggie said, I'm warning you, something was edited out. What was edited out? Now, Biggie had another line after, I'm warning you. Now, if you look, you could see something edited. Something was edited. Well, I know the line that Biggie said that was edited. I'm going to give y'all time. Me spark this up. But I know the line that was said to make Jay-Z edit out that line out the song. I'm going to tell y'all right now. So, the line that Biggie said, all right, slugs, slugs sink low, send shots through your Nautica, right? I'm warning you. Then he said, I'm warning you, I'm most hated in California. I'm warning you, I'm most hated in California. That was edited out. For whatever reason, Jay-Z felt that I cannot put that last line that Biggie said, I'm most hated in California. That's what Biggie said in the Brooklyn's Finest. But that line was edited out. That's why, because I make music, bro. I knew it was an edit when Big said, I'm warning you. Something was edited there. And then, you know what I mean? Listen, man, I'm in tune, bro. Appreciate the 51 people we got 51 people in the building at 5 in the morning. Let's get them, let's get them likes up, man. 51 up in here, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all tapping in with the realest, man. Like I said, man, I know Jay nephew, man. I know these people, man. Ain't nothing for me, man. But, you know what I'm saying? Top of the top, man. What's up, my G? Yeah, but Biggie said, I'm most hated in California. That line was edited out. I am most hated in California. So Biggie said, I'm most hated in California. I'm warning you, most hated in California. See how perfect goes, you know what I mean? See how perfect it goes together? Now, when you play it back, I'm warning you, most hated in California. That was Biggie's last line. I'm most hated in California. You know, I was like, he was bragging about it. Yeah, you know what I mean? That's why Jay took it out. BK Finance was way before that Cali beef. BK Finance was way before that Cali beef. I don't know about that. Biggie wasn't alive that long. I don't know. Can you confirm when it came out? You know what I'm saying? Because Biggie wasn't here that long. He wasn't here that long. So, like that Cali beef was been going on, bro. It was just that it was going on behind the scenes, bro. Puff and Suge Knight, Wolf getting shot, Bad Boy and Death Row beefing out in Atlanta. Y'all know about that Atlanta situations, and it's multiple situations, bro. It ain't just happen when we know about it. Know what I mean? They been beefing, bro. It's just that we happen to know later, bro. Don't think when we know it's when they started. Nah, bro. Blood been spilt, bro. Blood been spilt, bro. Did he think Death Row has something to do with Wolf getting killed? Wolf getting killed, bro. Yeah, I know about Wolf. Did he think Death Row has something to do with it? And that goes way back, bro. So the beef don't start when we hear about it, bro. It's behind the scenes. Behind the scenes, bro. You don't think Biggie was getting death threats and all that? Yeah, Biggie's getting death threats, bro. You know what I mean? You know when, you know what I mean? You know the situation, bro. They was putting bounties on death row chains, and Bad Boy putting bounties on death row chains, and Biggie and Pac meeting up in California. Pac told him, "Yeah, you on the West Coast now, homie. You on the West now. What's up?" Pac, Pac pulling up on Biggie, and come on, bro. Shit, it been going down. Been going down, homie. You know what I mean? Pac and Biggie seen each other on the West Coast. Yeah, it's been going down. It's just that we know about it late. So when Biggie said he's most hated in California, you gotta listen to that. You gotta listen. You know what I mean? Because you gotta understand, even E40, like even E40 at one point tried to set Biggie up. Y'all remember that? E40 tried to set Biggie up. Cause Biggie said he's whack. So E40 did a fake event. Have Biggie come out there, and then his boys ran down on Biggie. About to smoke Biggie, and then Biggie talked to E40 and all that. Yeah, bro, it's been tension, bro. Not it's been tension there. Not just cause of song release. Forget the song. It's behind the scenes, homie. It's been going down. We just dropped this song for y'all to get in tune. But man, they've been trying to get Biggie, man. They calling him, tell him, yo, even when he was out in California, he stayed there for like over a month type stuff. There wasn't, like he didn't get killed the first day he went out to California. That man was out there for like damn near a month, bro. And they kept calling Puffy and them crew, yo, vest up. Yo, vest up. Yo, y'all vest up out here. That's they allies on the West Coast telling Bad Boy to vest up. Vest up, homie. The calls is coming in the lines. They coming to get y'all. Vest up. They ain't listen, homie. They ain't listen. And I always blame Gene Deal, bro. Gene Deal had one job. Save Biggie, bro. He could have saved Biggie, man. Y'all don't understand. I watched that the last night with Gene Deal. I was watching part 3, and I was about to make a video on how Gene Deal, dropped the ball. Gene Deal was the last line of offense, the last line of defense for Biggie, bro. He said, I'm 6'7". At the time, I'm 300 or something like that. He said, I need to ride on the side of this truck, just like how the Secret Service do, the president stuff, just in case they got to hop off and start shooting. That's why you ride on the side of the truck. Puffy denied him that. So he couldn't, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. You ride on the side of the truck, you watching everything. The hit couldn't have went down if Gene Deal was on the side of the truck. Gene Deal would have had to interfere. And Diddy knew any interference is going to stop this hit or whatever going down. Yeah, Diddy's a bad person. Diddy's a bad person for allowing that to go down. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Diddy's a bad person for allowing that to go down. No, is he guilty of sex trafficking and all that? No, he's not. But as far as allowing this and the egos and not believing the threats are real, and even on the day of the threats, Gene Deal said, you put your seat back. So he was stuck in the truck. So he couldn't run out, and he couldn't do nothing. He put his seat back to lock Gene Deal in the truck as the whole situation plays out. So he's not a good person. Diddy is not a good person, but he's not convicted of what y'all saying he's convicted of. You know what I'm saying? May said Gene Deal was a sucker with a gun. Yeah, man. Like at the end of the day, bro, I understand why May said that. Like, homie, you could have did something, bro. Diddy told you, Diddy said, all right, I understand what you're saying. Get in this truck. You said, yo, bro, you trying to tell me how to do my job? That's what you telling Diddy. Like, yo, you trying to tell me how to do my job? And then Diddy said, if you don't get your ass in this truck, you will never work for Bad Boy again. And you got yourself in that truck, bro. You was the only one that could have saved Biggie at the time, bro. You could have said, you know what, man? Forget bad boy, man. I'm riding on the side of this truck. Yo, drive, drive. Okay, you would have been fired, but at least everybody would have came back home. Cause you knew riding on the side of the truck is gonna save Biggie's life. If I ride on the side of the truck, any car that pulls up alongside them, I got them. But you got inside of the truck and y'all took off. Y'all ran 3 lights and y'all left Biggie and them back at the light. Remember, it was no communication between the two trucks. It's supposed to be communication all across. If I'm running the lights, my caravan know we all running the lights. It shouldn't be I run the lights, they stop at the light, and then he happened to lose his life. Cause we ran 3 lights. They stopped. Come on, man. Where was the communication through all caravans? It's a caravan of people going to the next house, going to the next party. Where was the communications? Yo, we all running the lights. We know it's late. It's California. All the locals do it. You don't never stop at no light. That's ambush. Yo, we all running the lights. Gene Deal was happy. Puff told him to. Yeah, man. Gene Deal's a sucker, man. I don't care, man. I would never got in the truck, bro. Cause if I'm getting calls, bro, they telling me, yo, vest up, yo, we coming to get you right now. Woo, 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 woo. All right, cool. I gotta do my job, bro. I, I gotta do my job. And now Gene Deal out here trying to portray like he's some hero. You, okay, you said blame the driver. He made the wrong decision not to follow the. Yeah, yeah, you could put the blame on the driver, but then you got to put the blame on the boss, who didn't initiate the communication between all caravan, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got to put the blame on the top. You got to blame the top. I'm sorry. You got to blame the top. Everything falls on the top, homie. If there's no communication, period, bro, that's like, come on, bro. That's weak, bro. If I'm moving somewhere, bro, and I got caravan behind me, bro, I'm on communication. Yo, we running all lights. Yo, you know what I mean? We move as one. So we got to start the top. Yeah, you could blame the driver, but you could also blame the top, bro. Where was the communication, bro? Why was you told to run the lights and he in the dark? This is very dangerous time, bro. And then the second that they ran the light and you stop at the light, Biggie dead. Biggie dead. What? Like, nah, you really got to wrap your head around that, bro. How they ran the lights, Puffy, and he lived. He stopped at the light, he dead. Come on, man. Where was the communication? Yeah, speeding ticket. The driver must stay with the caravan. Yeah, that too. Why did he? Yeah, like why ain't the driver? Okay, if I see a caravan going through the light, damn, we got 99 people in the building. Yo, let's get them likes up. You want to donate to the channel? Hit up the super chat. You know what I'm saying? You could drop anything in the tip me, show me support, show you know what I mean? Give me anything. Appreciate that. Man, we got a lot of people in the building, man. Appreciate y'all. Y'all get them likes up and donate to the channel, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. You know what I mean? If I see a car going through the light, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna follow that. I ain't gonna stop at the light. You're right. I'm not gonna stop it. If I see they going through, why did he stop? Like, yeah, you're right. See, now that's called you gotta you gotta improvise. You know what I mean? You gotta know when to use your discretion. Okay, it's a red light, but if they going, I gotta follow them. I can't stop at the light and follow the rules. I gotta improvise. This is life and death. So they run the light, I run the light with them. You right, bro. Why is you not following everybody else and you got word, bro? Why? Yeah. Now that I think about it, why they push forward, bro? Welcome to the real tree. Yes, sir. Shout out to them, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Yeah, but why didn't they push forward? You know what I'm saying? Okay, if they ain't get the communication that we're running the lights, okay, we ain't get the communication. That's why we have a brain, bro. We gotta improvise. Damn, they running the lights and they ain't call me. All right, let me keep up anyway. Boom, let me keep up. Damn, yo, they should have called me. Me, yo, if that was me, I'd have got on the phone like, yo, homie, yo, man, why y'all ain't tell me y'all running the lights? Y'all should have told me y'all running the lights. Like, come on, homie. You know what I'm saying? What's up, yo? We gotta communicate. Should have told me y'all running the lights. You can't be. You see them going and you stuck at the light. You still there? Nah. Yo, what's up? The driver ain't do that. So the driver's to blame too, bro. The driver's to blame too, bro. But the driver was in the dark, bro. He ain't know the ambush was coming. Everybody in that first car, they knew the ambush was coming, bro. Diddy knew. Diddy knew, bro. Diddy was the one that knew. That's why he put his seat back. He put his seat back. The block Gene. Yeah, who was the driver? I don't even know who was that driver. Word. Who was him, bro? Who was the driver? And then when the situation happened, the driver couldn't even find a hospital. Like, bro, you a local, you live here, and you don't know where the nearest hospital at. You going and you stopping at the like yo, bro, a lot was going on, bro. He's stopping at the light. He's still stopping at the light. Follow the leader, bottom line, bro. Bro, I'm gonna follow you, but I'm gonna call you like, yo, homie, you should have said something. You know what I mean? You should have said something, homie. Ain't no time to not communicate. We all trying to get home, bro. I'm on the phone checking them. That's what you gotta do. You gotta take the initiative to check them. When it's wrong, you check them. You don't wait for them to fix the shit. Now I'm calling you, yo. What's up, yo? The hell you ain't telling me y'all running the lights? And you got to take the initiative, man. You know what I'm saying? Check them. Yo. Well, come on, man. I'm checking you. I ain't waiting. Nah, I'm calling you. Nigga, I'm on your helmet. Yo, why you ain't tell me I was running the lights? Stop with Biggie in the car. I was going, yeah, I'll get back with a caravan. That's crazy, man. Even the cops will tell you. Even the cops will tell you if you're in LA, man. The cops will tell you, man. Go through them yellow lights, man. You understand what I'm saying? The cops will tell you, go through them yellow lights, bro. I'm dead serious. The cops will tell you that. Well, even the cops will tell you, go through them yellow lights, man. I learned that from even like um damn, what was that show with Menace to Society? Now, y'all remember the carjacking scene in Menace to Society when Harold got his head spilled on Crenshaw? y'all remember that scene, man? That red light, like 3, 4 in the morning. Harold and Kane is at the light. That's what that is, man. He ran up on him at the light. Harold you supposed to stop at no light, homie. We like yellow lights. We running through everything. We just flow through it, bro. It's 3, 4 in the morning. You in Crenshaw. What you do stopping at red lights, homie? You don't know where you at? You playing. Like, you don't stop at no lights. The first car had no knowledge of the light going to be red. Nah, Gene Deal told him run all them lights. Now Gene Deal knows about the ambush. That's why Gene Deal was in the first car. Gene Deal said run all the lights. Because when you run the lights, you can see if somebody following you. That's why you run the lights, to see who running the lights with me. Gene Deal said run the lights. Gene Deal knew. That was a Gene Deal play. The lights being run is a Gene Deal play. You know what I'm saying? The lights being run is a Gene Deal play. Bye bye. Scotch and soda. See ya. The goal is at home. I'm out. Yeah, man. That lights being run is a Gene Deal play. And then Gene Deal said something that messed me up. And Gene Deal said, I know I was getting home. You know what I'm saying? That's what he said. Gene Deal said, I know I'm getting home. So what does that mean? You know what I mean? That's what he said. I know I'm getting home. He don't care about Biggie. He don't care about these people. He said, I know I'm making it home. He's all for self, man. Gene Deal's all for self, homie. The goal is to get home. For real, man. Get home. I might get home with a scratch or two. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I might come home wounded, but the goal is to get home. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to die in Cali, man. Cali didn't even understand, man, that y'all celebrating Biggie's death. And Biggie had nothing but love for Cali. That's what they don't understand. Okay, Biggie's situation between Biggie and Pac, that's not the whole coast. You know what I mean? Like if I got a situation with somebody in the West Coast, that don't mean I hate the whole West Coast. It's just me and him got a situation. That's it. Biggie made I'm going back to Cali. That's love to Cali, man. That's an ode to Cali. If I gotta choose a coast, I got to choose the east. I live out there, but don't go there. But that don't mean a nigga can't rest in the west, feel some nice breasts in the west, smoke some nice cess in the west. Y'all niggas is a mess, thinking I'm gonna stop giving LA props. All I got to beef with those that violate me. I shall annihilate thee. Case closed, suitcase filled with clothes, linens and things. Ah, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Just cause Biggie had beef with Pac, don't mean I hated the West Coast, and vice versa. I was still pumping Pac music. You know what I'm saying? That's between them, bro. I ain't picking sides, man. Like I wish it never happened. I wish it never happened because it was two pawns in the game of Suge Knight and Puffy, and Biggie and Pac in the middle. These two people pawn chess games they playing. They playing a dangerous game, and Big and Pac in the middle just want to make music and do what young people do because they young. Suge and Diddy was the oldest one. Pac and Big is 24, 25. They kids, man. Yeah, of course. I wouldn't say stupid. I'd say naive. I would say ignorant. You know what I'm saying? You got to remember, man. You got to put yourself in a young man's place, man. Don't think as a 50-year-old man. Nah. When you young like that, bro, you think you bulletproof, bro. You got money. You know what I mean? You got number one records, bro. You think you man, where they at? Who play with me out here? I mean, that's the mentality when you young. I can't go where? You bugging. That's the mentality that Biggie had, and I understand it. Cause I put myself in cause when I was young, you couldn't tell me nothing. You had to prove it. When I was young, I wasn't scared of nothing, bro. Yo, you can't come here. Woo, woo, woo. Okay, prove I can't come there. That's it. You have to prove it, bro. You couldn't just tell me and I'm scared. I get it, bro. No, at the time, they wasn't thinking about preserving life. At the time, Biggie and Pac was just naive and ignorant, man. Because I put myself, you know what I mean? Ignorant. Because I was ignorant too. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, he shouldn't have been out there. He went out there, but remember, he was out there for weeks, close to a month. He should have did what he had to do and come back. He should have did what he had to do and come back. You know what I'm saying? You out there too long. He was out there for too long, bro. Not everybody who hates you. Big may have not hated Cali, but yeah. That's why I say they stupid, man. Anybody who hate a man because he got issues, You an idiot, man. Like I said, I rock with both Big and Pac. Cause I understand. I rock with both, bro. This ain't got nothing to do with me. I ain't picking sides. Let them go at their thing, man. Like I said, I wish it never happened. That's why I don't pick sides, bro. That's weak. That's weak, homie. Know what I'm saying? But yeah, Cali hate Big, man. But Cali's a hater, man. Cali, them Cali people is big haters, man. They kill their own people over there. You know what they did to Nipsey Hussle? Nipsey Hussle was putting Cali on the map, and your own gang kill you. Look, Cali killed some people. They haters. California is a bunch of haters, bro. Nah, I mean, that's why I was mad, when they even go out there to show Cali love. I wouldn't have went out there. F them. I'm gonna go drop. The only reason they went out there was for Puffy to make that album, that No Way Out album. But Puff could have made that album in Atlanta. Puff could have made that album in Texas. Puff could have made that album in New York. Puff could have made that album in Florida. He could have made that album. Why go to California, bro? Why, bro? Like that's what, you know what I mean? Like when the news broke, bro, Big died. I'm like even me, young. I'm like, why? You know what I mean? That's when the anger was. Why the fuck he out there? I was like, in my mind, why the fuck is Big out there in California, bro? Anger. But as you get older, you start to realize why he was out there. You know what I mean? Why? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You get older, you young. You don't tell me where to go. You don't tell me what to do. You tell me I can't come out here. I ain't trying to hear that. I ain't trying to hear that, homie. I'm out here. I pop out here. What's up? I understand that at the time. You know what I mean? It's a young man thing. Like when you young, you fight the world. But as you get older, you just want to live in the world. It's two different perspectives we see from a young to old man's game. You young, you fight the world. But when you old, you want to live in the world. Two different things, homie. Let's get them likes up, man. I'm dropping heavy on y'all, man. Let's get them likes up. I'm dropping it heavy for y'all. 91 people in the building. We got over 90 people in the building. Come on, man. Y'all rocking with the real, man. Over 90 people in the building. Shout out to my mods, man. Mod gang, we made it. It's gonna be big numbers every time we go live. It's gonna be big, big numbers, man. I see a couple people, the algorithm is starting to show love. I see a couple streamers when they go live now. Them numbers is chung, 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 chung. And I guess I'm one of them too. I seen them, and I said, when is my turn? I patiently waited. You know what I mean? As a real one do. I salute them. I said, when is my turn? Bang. My turn now. You know what I mean? That's what you gotta do. Wait your turn. Don't hate. Don't hate. Nah. When's my turn? When I'm gonna get me? Smash the like. Yo, what's up? Those dudes around Nipsey was clowns. Yeah, bro. It was a setup, bro. At the end of the day, it was a setup to kill Nipsey. Because Nipsey was bigger than the program. And was the program the 60s? Nipsey's got bigger than the 60s. And the 60s got jealous. And they had to get Nipsey out of there, bro. You know what I mean? Nipsey, they got jealous, bro. It's jealousy, bro. Your own gang kill you, bro. That's jealousy, bro. Cause Shika, Eric Holder had to get permission to do that, bro. You just can't do that, bro. Who you think he got permission from to do that? He had to get permission. And he had to go to the big homie to get permission. And who's the big homie he got permission to green light Nipsey? Who's the big homie? I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll wait. Who was the big homie? Who was the big homie that he had to contact the straight up and down screen view, put you in the shorts algorithm? We find your video through the shorts from the shorts. See, that's why I tell people, bro. You gotta do live streams. You gotta do shorts. You gotta incorporate that because they're gonna find you from the shorts, bro. It's not me. You know what I mean? It's how easy the YouTube game is. Yeah, ask y'all, how y'all find me? Shorts. Oh, okay. Keep banging out them shorts, and you're bound to get subscribers. You do a shorts, you go live, and you talk about it. The people watching the shorts and your live stream will coincide. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Let me pin that. Y'all read that gem right there. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to be start to great, man. But you have to start to be great. You gotta start, bro. Greatness don't happen without action. You know what I'm saying? Greatness does not happen without action. You know what I'm saying? So y'all gotta understand. It does not happen without action. I don't care if you fail 10 times. You get up 11. You know what I'm saying? Success gonna come. But it's not gonna come without no action. What's up? What's up, Tosh? How you doing? Appreciate y'all. Good morning to y'all. Good morning. I appreciate y'all for being in the building. But we just talking about Jay-Z. If y'all see the title. Well, Leticia Mason confirmed through ancestry that Jay-Z's mother is her grandmother. And now y'all might wonder, who is Leticia Mason? Wasn't it just Ramir? Well, Leticia Mason stated in 2020 that a DNA test submission to Ancestry.com confirmed a match to Jay-Z's grandmother. Grandmother. And who's Jay-Z's grandmother? Hattie White, aka Yaya. Why is this important? Grandparents' DNA tests such as those could be used to confirm a grandmother and grandchild relationship. Grandmother-grandchild relationship was confirmed through this. Come on, man. So Leticia Mason, so Leticia Mason and Ramir was about to do a sibling DNA test together, but before they could, Jay-Z paid off and bought her a house. Jay-Z paid her off and bought her a house. So Jay-Z paid for her silence. You know what I'm saying? Pro plants. You mad? Get off your knees. All right, pro plants, get off your knees. You know what I'm saying? Stop interneting. The minute I talk about Jay-Z, here he comes, trolling. So I guess that triggered you. Get off your knees and wipe your mouth. Jay-Z paid her off, and he bought her a house. He paid for her silence. Leticia Mason now has 3 kids. And Leticia Mason never spoke about this again. Jay-Z paid her handsomely to keep her silence. You know what I'm saying? Paid you off. Come on, man. Make this up. And remember, Ramir is dead too. Ramir is dead too. You know what I'm saying? So now we gotta ask about Ramir. You know what I'm saying? Ramir is there. So now Ramir is there in the news right now about the situation. You know what I'm saying? Y'all hit the like button. Y'all come into the building. It's your boy Kavion. What's up? What's up? Up with you? What's going on, y'all? We chopping it up, man. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Let's get them likes up, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I gotta do my job. This is my work. This is what I do. Don't interfere with my work. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't interfere with your job when you on the street corner selling your butt. When you're the street corner hoeing. I don't interfere in your work. How pro plants? When you on the corner selling your ass, pro plants, I don't interfere in your work. So don't come in here interfering with mine. It's real content. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, yo, but open-minded, man. You gotta do that. You gotta do them vending machine videos, homie. You gotta do that vending machine videos, homie. I need to see what it's like. Cause I want to invest in that. But I just need to see it from from your perspective, from somebody who been in the game for years. I want to see, you know what I mean? Cause I want advice from the top. I'm not dealing with you know, no rookies. I need advice from the top. So I need to see how you maneuver, how you shake and bake with that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pushing you to do that and just show us, just show me personally, cause I want to see like, motivate me, cause I know about it, but the videos I see is old. They not, they not what I need to see. I need to see, you know what I mean? Cause that's money right there all around, bro. You know, that's storefronts everywhere, bro. The camera be here Wednesday. That's what's up, man. That's what we gotta do, man. I'm pushing my homie to drop content. That's what we gotta do, man. If you ain't pushing me to be great, you can't be around me, homie. If you ain't pushing me to yo, homie, you need to do this. Yo, get on top of that. If you ain't pushing me to do that, get the fuck from around me, homie. I need people pushing me, staying on top of me. Staying on top of me to make me greater. You know what I'm saying? To show me you know what I mean? Cause at the same time, you go super viral, you do this, you know what I mean? It helps people. That helps people, and you know what I mean? So you're helping people by doing that. Cause I'm learning. I say people, but you're really helping me. Because I need to see, because I got my book here. We take notes, homie. We take notes, man. We got big ass book here. Look how big this book is. We take notes, homie. We take notes. You know what I'm saying? And we really do what we gotta do, bro. Network will increase your network. Yeah? So let me pin that. You know what I mean? Okay, there we go. Now, y'all see, I dropped a video yesterday about the McDonald's worker, right? That worked 27 years, right? I dropped a video, and in that video, I told y'all how somebody brought stocks in the company and they was able to retire early. Well, he's here in the chat. Smarter than your average. That's him right there. He's the one I was talking about in the video when I say he brought stocks in the company. He's right there. That was the one. He's the one that bought stocks in the company. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. You gotta be smart in this thing called life, man. This life is a thinking game, man. Yes, you might luck up on some money, you know, but luck ain't gonna keep the money, bro. Luck might bring the money in, but that luck is not gonna keep it. What's gonna keep that money, bro, is your wisdom and your financial stability, bro, or lack of is gonna, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna lose the money. Lack of financial stability is gonna lose the money. I retired at 50, exactly, and the retirement age for the average person is 65. So, so you retired 15 years earlier. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about, man. The average is 65. Nobody got time for that, man. Nobody got time for that. Not in this day and age. We're in 2025, man. Knowledge is the avenue to success, man. You ain't gotta retire at 65. Them ain't them days no more. Them ain't them days, bro. This is the information age, man. You run up a bag. But again, I said the lack of financial stability could make a lot of us lose that bag. Because you look at it, they losing the bag every day. You know what I mean? Anybody could make money, but can you keep it? Can you keep the money that you make? That's a whole different world. Because a lot of y'all can't. Y'all blow the money on stupid, frivolous stuff. Y'all don't know about saving, investing. Y'all don't know nothing. Y'all just lucked up, ran into a bag, and you just blew the bag. Now you back to square zero. Come on, man. You must be crazy, man. You know what I mean? I told y'all 27 years, man. That man worked at that job, at that company. 27 years. And all they gave you was a pen, a movie ticket, a goodie bag with some candy. 27 years. That's all they gave you. You clown. You know, He after, you know, I still got the post. Let me see. Post right here. I still got the post. 27 years. That's it right there. The clown, man. 27 years. You worked at this company and you never invest. You never did nothing. Invest in silver before it's too late. That's right. Silver. And you've been stressing that. Invest in silver before it's too late. Gold is overrated. Yo, Derek, top of the morning. Top of the morning. Gold is overrated, man. Gold is overrated. You know what I'm saying? Silver is what you need. I get it. Top of the morning, y'all. Appreciate y'all for being in the building. Well, how you doing today, man? Anything good? Anything good, my guys? That dude was a clown. Yeah, they all clowns, man. They all clowns. There's a clowns and it's a circus going on. But I don't entertain the clown circus. You heard? I don't entertain a clown circus. I don't even want to be in that circus. Crypto market is booming. See that? See that? Y'all better pay attention, man. Like a lot of knowledge be dropped in this chat, man. But it's on y'all to, take it into consideration. Y'all come and watch all the stupid stuff on the YouTube. I get it. The ignorant stuff, the low energy stuff. But does that make you any money? Does trolling make you any money? You know what I'm saying? Does hating make you any money? Are you wealthy? Yeah, I'm wealthy in knowledge, homie. Money don't create wealth. Your knowledge create wealth. So yeah, I'm wealthy, homie. I'm wealthy. I'm alive. I'm breathing. You know, I got businesses. I'm flourishing. But do you call that wealth? Nah. My wealth comes from my knowledge. How to avoid these potholes that y'all go through when y'all get money. I don't gotta flash it. I don't gotta do that. Now you want me to flash money? Yo, look. For what? I put a big target on your back. I learned from, y'all, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, y'all fooled by what y'all see. Listen. That's where, you know what I mean? You can't fool me by the optics. I need to hear what you're saying. Then I'll make a determination about what you're saying. Not the optics. A man can have 10 chains on. You'll see his bank account. There's nothing in there. There's nothing in his pocket. You know what I'm saying? That's a poor person. A poor person fool you by the optics. A rich person hides it. So figure that out. I just dropped 1,000 on that Friday. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Now that's wealth right there. Under my grandchildren's name. That's wealth. Helping others. That's what we call wealth. So what's your name again? Flacco. Where you at? Salute time. What's up, man? So Flacco, you ain't got nothing else to say? Top of the morning, have a blessed and productive Monday. Yes, sir. Flacco, what's up? So did that answer your question, homie? Homie? You know what I mean? I teach people how to make money all day, man. I got lottery. I do lottery videos, man. I teach people how to make money, homie. In the lottery, you like lottery? Pick 3, pick 4. Man, I could break that down and teach you how to make money, man. You know what I'm saying? So I got money from many avenues, homie. You won't even believe it, man. You know what I'm saying? Again, it comes from the knowledge, homie. It comes from the knowledge you seek. You know what I'm saying? It don't come from what you wear. Wealth is not on you, it's in you. It's in you. Wealth is in you, homie. It's not on you. So where you at, homie? You ain't got nothing else to say? Damn, that shut him up. See, you know what I mean? That's what we do. We shut people up. Cut straight through them, bro. I look right to you and I shut you up, homie. Shut you up. You know what I'm saying? It's not on you. It's in you. Being gangster is not on you. It's in you. All the tattoos don't make you gangster, homie. It's in you. Everything is in you, bro. It's not on you. That's a trick. You learned that a long time ago. People wear the costumes. Y'all can't trick me with no costumes, bro. I'm sorry. I gotta see what's really in you. I mean, it's in you. It's not on you, bro. So I talk to y'all like this because it's really in me. It's never on me. It's really in me. You know what I'm saying? So where you at, homie? Where you at? Come on, man. Scary ass niggas, man. I don't play with scary people. I'm a block him, man. I'm a block him. So he ain't even gotta respond tomorrow. I'm gonna block you, homie. Just for that. Just for you being scary. I don't like scary people around me. I don't like scary. Just for you being scary, I got you out of here. It's now or never, man. It's now or never. I like that, man. Now or never. Go hard or go home. You know what I'm saying? Finish up strong. You know what I'm saying? Finish up strong was always my motto when I was working a job. Every time I was working a job and it was coming to the end and people was tired, I'm giving them, yo, finish up strong. Let's finish up strong. I'm giving them the pep talk. Finish up strong. Finish up strong, bro. That's always my motto in life. Don't get to the end and get tired. This is a marathon, bro. It's a marathon. This ain't over yet. So we gotta treat life like that, bro. You gotta finish up strong. Even when you tired, man. Even when you tired, homie, finish up strong. Don't care. Finish up. Man up. I'm saying that's what I know. That's all I know. Everything I said I was gonna do, I do, bro. I told y'all I was gonna get monetized before 2025. I was monetized before 2025. No, I mean 2025. No. Yeah, 2025. I put a timeline on it. I said before January 2025, I will be monetized. I put in the hard work and I got monetized December 2024. December. So we got January, February, March, April, May. 7 months I've been monetized. 7 months. You know what I'm saying? 7 months, man. 7 months I've been monetized. 7 months. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Put that work in. So I stand on everything. You know your words. You stand on what you say, man. You stand, you know what I mean? Everything you say, you got to stand on. Other than that, you know what I'm saying? Stand on it. You know? Appreciate you smarter than your average. Appreciate that. I didn't make it to 54 by mistake. Man, it's all on purpose with a purpose. That's for real. Bro, you don't make it to old age by being lucky, man. Luck is gonna run out. That's why I don't rely on luck, bro. Luck runs out, bro. I don't rely on no luck, bro. You ain't gonna make it to old age being lucky, bro. You gotta be smart to make it to old age, bro. Cause in this day and age, bro, one violation, one mistake costs you your life out here. You know what I mean? If you don't know how you're moving. And a lot of people lost their life because they didn't know how to move right, bro. They they was moving out of pocket, bro, out of order, out of sync with the streets, bro. And they lost their life for that, bro. A lot of people move real wacky out here. They move real wacky out here, bro. Appreciate y'all, man. This stream right here gonna hit over 1,000 views on the replay alone. This stream gonna hit over 1,000 views on the replay alone. If you don't make it to old age, only one thing happened. You died getting old. Man, I was glad I make it to old age, man. I'm glad I made it to to an age where I could repent. And I repent is not doing the wicked stuff again. Because I did a lot of wicked stuff. But I repented to my God, and my God gave me, repentance. Now, when you repent, you can't do it again. I never did it again. So, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm glad about. I get to see both sides of the fence. I get to see, I get to see the old me. And as an old man, I hate the younger me. I'm glad he's dead. And that, that spirit is not, you know what I mean? That's what old age gives you time to reflect. And and you know, and shame the younger you. You know, you get to see both sides of the fence, man. When you young and you in the life, you got to step back. You ain't gonna reflect when you in the life and you shaking and baking, you moving and grooving. The reflect don't come then. That's the action. The reflect comes when you older. You get to sit back and say, you know, and you gotta feel hurt for the things you did to people, man. You know, that's why Cole Mega, shout out to Cole Mega. Cole Mega got the line. Now if y'all go look up his song, he got a line where he said, if I affects your life in any way, trife, when I was doing crime, forgive me. Like that's a real statement. If I affected your life in any way, trife, when I was doing crime, forgive me. Come on, man. I just be dropping it real, man. Candy corn, bud. Yo, bro. Yo, man. We had a strain called giraffe pussy. That giraffe pussy was good strain, bro. Now, giraffe pussy is high. So that's why the strain was called giraffe pussy. Best strain. That's a good strain. That's a good strain, man. But that candy corn, that sound like something I would try. Interesting. Candy corn. Shout out to time, man. Discernment, consistent. This is the words of my pops. Yo, shout out to your pops, man. Shout out to your pops. To a man, to a man, to a man's life, his word is his bond. Being a God-fearing man that is willing to work hard for everything. Yeah, man. That's right. Salute to you, man. Hard-working man sleep good at night. And it feels good that you can earn legit money, bro. You don't gotta watch your back. You ain't wrong nobody. You could sit with your back to the door. That's a good feeling. You know, sitting with your back to the door in a restaurant, sitting with your back, don't have to worry about watching your back because you ain't did nobody wrong. There's some people out here that cannot sit with their back to the door. There's some people out here always gotta watch their back. Always gotta watch their back because they did so many people wrong. And they don't know where it's gonna come from. So how do you sleep comfortable at night? Wronging so many people that you gotta watch, before you go outside, you checking the peepholes. Before you go outside, you dying a good life, man. Dying a good life to live, man. I know dudes like that. Dying a good life to live, man. Trust me. Dying a good life, man. You can't sit with your back to nothing. You don't know when the headshot coming. Back of the head. That's why they don't sit with their backs to the door. Cause you don't, you know what I mean? Cause if your back is to the door, you don't know who's behind you. That's why it's a saying that some people can't sit with their backs to the door. That's why. Because you did so many dirt, somebody could shoot you in the back of the head. But if you ain't got no dirt, I could sit with my back to the door. You say that with pride. You know what I mean? You say that to somebody who can't. You know what I mean? Let me see the look on their face because they know what you mean. Homie, I can sit with my back to the door with no problem. Can you do that? You can't. You can't. You can't even. Man, you can't even sit in a barber's chair for too long. So many, you know what I mean? So many issues you got. Yeah, exactly. Like you said, stay away far from them, bro. Stay far away from them. Me, my circle, homie. Man, I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. I got like-minded people in my circle, man. So like, I don't just got, I don't put crash outs around me, bro. The young homies, I got them around me, but they like-minded, homie. They're on my type of time, and I'm raising them up. You know what I'm saying? We gotta raise up our pups, man. And and the pups be the young dudes in the, in the neighborhood, man. You raise them up. You know what I'm saying? You raise them up right, bro. To stay away from all all the traps, bro. The traps that caught us, or caught the silly ones. So so shout out to the young homies who try to get to a bag, man. Now, I got the youngest mod that I got. I got a mod that's what, 15 years old, 14 years old. That's a mod on my channel. He's 14, 15. He lives in my city. He wants to be a lawyer. He just graduated. You know what I'm saying? He live streamed his graduation. I was watching it. I'm always in his stream supporting him. That's the little homie. The youngest mod I got. And I'm telling them, stay away from all the weed and all of that. Don't worry about that, homie. Get to that lawyer thing, man. Cause my homies might, cause my homies might need you. You know what I'm saying? So I got the young pups in the real world. I got my young pups in the YouTube that I'm training up. Come on, man, holla at me. We do this for real, man. We do this for real, man. Shout out to my young ones, man. That rock with me. You already know because I'm still young like them. I'm young at heart, homie. Me. I'm young at heart, homie. I'm just like y'all, homie. I'm young at heart, but it's just that, I wear my stress well. That my stress don't show on my face. You know, I still got the young face because I wear stress well. Yes, I go through stress. We all do. We human, but I know how to not put it on my face. You said, uh, I believe we man make great fathers, but I think there's an agenda to keep us away from our kids. You 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 can't all the kids support life, but if it, yeah, bro, that agenda, that agenda is real, homie. You know what I mean? You ain't say nothing that's not true. Hold up, y'all. Yeah, that's all facts, bro. You ain't saying nothing that's not true, homie. That's all true, man. It starts with if the woman get child support, the father can't be in the house. It starts there. Start there. And the social media, that's another factor that tells a woman that, you don't need the father. You know, she's mommy and daddy. The father gets no love in the whole scheme of this whole world thing. The father gets no love. But without the father's seed, there's no child. A woman cannot give birth without a man. A man plant the seed in the woman. You know what I'm saying? So, the woman just bears our child. It's a pecking order, bro. The father is very important, bro. The father is very important to a child, and they know that. You gotta, you know what I mean? But that been in play. Get the father out the house, the child run crazy, and now we got a whole messed up generation. Cause the fathers are not in the house. So do we blame the fathers for the kids running crazy? The fathers ain't there. They kicked out the house. So who do we blame for the kids in this condition? If the fathers is kicked out of the house, who do we blame? Damn, that's deep, right? If the fathers is kicked out of the house and the kids is in messed up condition, who do we blame for that? Exactly. Exactly. The father's supposed to be there to keep the children in line. All kids gonna get out of line with their mother. That's why you have a mother and a father. The father is the disciplinary, meaning you don't gotta spank them. All the father gotta do is give them a look, raise his voice, and the kids are straighten out. You know what I'm saying? But this government don't want that. They attack a certain people, get the father out the house, have the mother raise a child which she can't even control because she working 2 or 3 jobs. So now this child is on his own, to his own devices. The child run to the streets. Remember, no father's there. He's kicked out. Boop, father's gone. He's kicked out. It's just the mother, and she got to work 3 jobs. The child run to the streets, and the streets claims them. And this happens for generation and generation and generation. Come on, man. Stop playing with me, man. They all don't get kicked out. Yeah, I get that, but I'm talking about the ones who do get kicked out, and I'm talking about the woman who weaponized the child support system. You feel me? It's a system. They know. Get this dude pregnant. I mean, they know it's a system. I'm talking about the ones who abuse it. And the ones who, I mean, I get that. But I'm talking about the ones who willingly know the situation. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know, the ones who bounce, they bounce. And then, sometimes you got to ask yourself, why, why did he leave? Why did he leave, bro? And if you speak to your father, you find out why he left. Yeah, because my mom was tripping that he had another woman. When in the Bible, it tells you, bro, you can have multiple wives, bro. The Bible tells you that's not unlawful to have more than one wife. The Bible tells you could do that. So my mom was tripping, kicked him out, put all kind of stuff in your head because she found out he had another woman. When he's allowed to. Be fruitful and multiply. The Bible tells us. Be fruitful and multiply. So we are allowed that. But you know what I mean? She's in her feelings. That's my mom. In her feelings. Oh, they probably arguing crazy. And before he kills her, he got to leave. This stuff happens, homie. You got to leave. It's too much. You know what I mean? To keep the sake, to keep the peace, man. Stuff can get vital. Because remember, some of us was raised with young parents, bro. Young parents raised us up when they was 17, 18, and come on, man, we really got to put ourselves in that situation to understand. It's not just black and white, bro. He might have left because my mom's tripping out. Tripping out. Or she might have cheated and did what you know what I mean? All kinds of verticals, bro. You know what I'm saying? All kind of verticals, bro. But again, this day and age, bro, women, they use this stuff as a business. Birth, marriage, kids. They use it as a business, bro. Like, it's not genuine love. That's why I'm out the dating game, bro. I'm way out, bro. I'm I'm married to the hustle, bro. Until because I'm not looking, bro. But if it happens naturally, whatever, bro. But the way these females are now, I wouldn't even touch them with a 5 foot pole, bro. They they are corrupted, bro. The majority, I'm gonna say, the majority. I'm speaking for the majority. They corrupted, man. They they let this social media influence their life, bro. They having social media relationships. Meaning, if we gotta argue, meaning, we just came out of argument, me and my lady. Why are you going on live stream and talking about what we going through? Why everything we do in our relationship, you gotta go live and talk about it? That's a social media relationship. I don't want that. I don't want no social media relationship. Stop telling people what we doing in our bedroom, bro. Like stuff like that. We got an issue. Don't tell don't tell no social media what we got going on. What we got going on between what we got going on. Don't go to the courts. Don't go to the police. Don't involve the government in what we got going. Because once you involve the government, you against me. How can my lady go to the police, go to the judges, knowing that they against us? Oh, you on their side. So you weaponizing the courts and the cops against me. It shows me what side you on. And a lot of them is corrupted like that. I'm telling you, a lot of them is corrupted like that, bro. I don't care how good they look. That don't mean nothing. It's just gonna give you a good headache, and good stress. It's gonna drive you good crazy dealing with a good looking girl, and you ain't even, you know what I mean? You just fall for the looks. And again, you fall for you fall for the vain, shallow looks. Looks fade, man. Looks fade, bro. You fell for that. Now she pulling you through hell. We gotta learn, smarten up from our folks, man. I learned from the elders before me, bro. I'm just not gonna make the mistakes they made. I learned from them, bro. We got to chill. We got to court her for a year. Court her for a year, meaning don't sleep with her. Listen, sex is marriage, man. The Bible says sex is marriage, not no white man's courtroom, no courthouse where you gotta wear a ring. That's childish. God said once you sleep with her, you married to her. Sex is marriage. I take that very serious. Give her a year. You see this? Listen, man. This stuff right here would fix a lot of situations, man. Give her a year. Don't sleep with her right away, bro. You want to give her a year to see if you can tolerate when she get angry. Just to see her mood swings. Because once we meet somebody, bro, we are meeting the representation of them, bro. We are not meeting a real person, bro. We are not meeting a real person. When you first meet that person, is a representation of them. Give them a year. Let that representation go away. And you get to see the real person, bro, before you make that commitment. Sex is marriage. You ain't got to go to the court and wear a ring and that don't mean nothing. Not in God's eyes. He said you lay with her. That's the most serious. Like how can a ring and a paper establish marriage? That's that's just playing. The real marriage should be when I lay with you. That's how God feel. So give him a year, homie. Give him a year. I see a million messed up relationships. Me, I should be a love doctor. I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. I should fix relationships, man. I'm gonna start talking about relationships, man. I should be a love doctor out here, man. Fixing stuff, man. Cause I've been through a lot of stuff and I learned from it. I learned and I could break it down, man. So I should be a love doctor, man. For real, man. I see a lot of relationships on these social media, and that's the first mistake. They bring it to the social media for me to even say, damn, that shouldn't even been here for me to even talk about. That was the first mistake. You know what I'm saying? That's the first mistake. Y'all bringing it to the social media, and once y'all bring it here, guess what? Y'all in the comments, y'all reading the comments. Nah, y'all going off what the comments say. You know what I'm saying? You don't ever do that, bro. You don't bring your problems on social media, bro, with your lady. You and your lady never supposed to go to bed angry at each other, bro. You understand what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all, man. You and your lady never supposed to go to bed angry. You supposed to fix that right then and there. You got to that communication got to be open. Even when you're angry, you still got to talk. What are we, kids? Let's be grown-ups. That's why a lot of people should not get into relationships. For you to love somebody else, you first got to love you. I should be a relationship doctor. That's it, man. We're gonna drop some relationship advice on this channel, man. For you to love somebody, you first gotta love yourself. You cannot hate yourself and love somebody. It's not gonna work. It's never gonna work. You first gotta love you before you can love anybody else. That's how I see it. That's how I judge people. They don't even love themselves. So how can they love somebody else? You see, that do not work. You first gotta love you before you can love somebody. If you hate you, you gonna hate everybody. Cause you hate yourself. So you hate every. That's how it works, bro. And we really gotta be mindful of the people we deal with. Sometimes when you try to holler at a female and she walks away, she curves you. Sometimes you save yourself from a bullet. You saved yourself from hard. Yeah. Oh shoot! You said you said what? Uh, I say the young men today grow up like the having a finger. Yo, bro. You but you know why they grow up like that time? It's no fathers in the home, bro. If there's no father in the home to instill masculinity and and you growing up around your mother, your auntie, your uncle, probably in jail somewhere. But you growing up around your mother and your auntie. Of course, they're gonna be feminine. Like this whole new generation, they feminine. They got no father figures. They got none. You got no father figures, bro. So you growing up with your mother, you around your mother all day. You gonna pick up feminine ways, bro. That's why you gotta be around men. Men gotta be there to show that child, that boy, what it is to be a man. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. Marvin Gaye, The Temptations, oh man, that's classic right there. Rufus and Shaka Khan, sweet. That's bars. All right, y'all dropping. What y'all talking about? R&B track. Y'all got R&B talk going on in here. Damn, what? Yo, the new kids are. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. A product of the crack babies, man. Of the crack era that happens in the 80s, some 70s, mid 80s. These are the kids that's the product of it, and it's sad. Yeah, that's sad, bro. Yeah, yeah, man. And then they got worse drugs than crack. They got lean, they got perks, yeah, all kind of stuff, bro. Like I don't know how, you know what I'm saying? Like all of that stuff, bro. I just smoke weed, bro. That's it, bro. A little spliff, bro. That's it. Like I ain't never did nothing more than weed, bro. My whole life, I ain't never did nothing more than weed, bro. We been taught. That's it, bro. My whole life, nothing more than weed, bro. Nothing, bro. Even with this influence of this, I just don't care about it. Like I'm not a follower, bro. Just cause they pop perks, they sip lean, that ain't got nothing to do with me, bro. I'm far removed from it. I just smoke my little bud, my little Fronto, take a couple pulls, put it out, and we get to the bag. Sit, simple, discipline. Know what I mean? That's for real, man. Call that. These young new, these new young men, yo, bro, crazy spirit, bro. They got bags and pocketbooks. They not ashamed of it, bro. And then when you speak on them, you know what I mean, you get blacklisted. They try to silence you. But you forcing it down my face, with all these LGBT flags. You don't see those straight flags being flown all across the place. Where's the straight flags that we could throw in their face? Since they throwing all these LBG things everywhere, where's the straight ones that we could put up everywhere? You know what I'm saying? Since they want to throw it in our face, we need to throw it back in their face that, yo, you straight over here, homie. Because they love to throw. You know what I mean? What's the purpose of putting on a building? Like, what's the purpose of a rainbow flag on a building? What's the purpose of a rainbow flag on a sidewalk? Like, what's the purpose of it? Why? We don't care what you do in your bedroom, bro. What you do in your bedroom, keep that there. But why bring it outside? Like, why tell the world? I never understood that. I maybe seen it on buses. You see it all over the place. I'm like, why tell us? Why? And anybody got a question? No answer for that? Why? Why? Yeah, you gotta blame Adam. Yeah, Adam led a woman. A woman. A woman, and Adam's supposed to be the head, but he let a woman seduce him and trick him. See, that's a trick you gotta learn from Adam. Know what I mean? Listen, man, it goes back to even, Adam and Eve, women. Women is always intertwined in this. So you got to know how to put her under your program. get her under your authority. You gotta raise that woman. You gotta teach that woman. She ain't gonna know. She's gonna be like a wild animal off the street. You gotta tame her. Respectfully. She coming off the streets. She coming out in the world. You gotta shed all that stuff off of her. You gotta teach this woman how to be a woman. You know what I'm saying? You gotta teach her how to be a woman. She's coming in wild, like a wild animal. That's why I say give him a year. Give him a year. Teach her. It's a wild animal here. Respectfully. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean, though. You know what I mean. These women, oh my God. Not one talk about, and that's the one I don't want. Cause what the Bible say? A wicked woman is given to a wicked man. The Bible says a wicked woman is given to a wicked man. God gave you that wicked woman. Because you wicked. That's why you got that wicked woman. It's given to a wicked man. I'm good. So you got to ask yourself, Dad, why did I get this wicked woman? God, am I wicked? Because you said a wicked woman is given to a wicked man. You must be wicked. Y'all go together. You know what I'm saying? If she ain't of God, she ain't for me. Period. Period. You ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? These females out here, they that woman are loose. They got no shame, bro. I remember this young female on a podcast talking about some dude try to hit her in the rear. Talking about, let me give you 5 million and I could, have anal with you. And she was so blatant with saying that this dude want to have anal with me for $5 million. He went, but she, I'm putting in PG terms, but she went straight. He went to F me for $5 million. This young, pretty looking girl. Her mouth is full of filth. Mouth is full of venom. You can imagine what a heart is like. God is far from her, man. Now that's the women I stay away from. I remember I said she's pretty, but God is far from her life. And so will I. I will be far from her. You know what I'm saying? Exactly, my boy. Far from her. The bride of Israel. Yeah, shout out to her, man. Shout out to the bride of Israel, man. Definitely, man. You know what I mean? We need, I need my female to be delicate, like a flower. What happened to that? Like, even when the females talk now, they talk so aggressive. They talk very aggressive. I don't need that for my female. I need my female to be delicate as a flower. Like the Bible said, like our sisters were so delicate, they walk to not offend the floor. The Bible said our sisters were so delicate, they walk so light not to offend the floor. Meaning they'll walk hard and they walk so lightly. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Where those sisters at? Where are those delicate flowers at? It's nothing but I don't know what sprung up in this from 10 years ago, bro. I don't know what sprung up, bro. It's a whole new breed of women out here. You better pay attention. I don't care they got on the tight spandex and the tight stuff they wear. I don't care about that. The tight stuff, I don't care about that. That's all cosmetics. That ain't gonna trick me. Cause that'll mess your life up. You chasing a fat butt. You chasing a girl cause, listen, man, discipline yourself, man. My parents told me men are farmers and the brown women are garden. We must, man. Shout out to your parents, man. That's deep right there. We must nurture our harvest as men. Yeah, man, you gotta grow that, man, cause she coming off wild out this world. Plenty men done abused her, done did this to her. So she coming to you. You know what I mean? You gotta teach her. You gotta teach her, man. You gotta teach her who God is. You know what I mean? You gotta teach her who she is. All of this stuff, you gotta teach her, man. You gotta do that. That's your job as a man. I was born in 1971. You know what I know. That's your job as a man to teach. I got whooped. I had to try. I had to get a job by 6. Yeah, man. Working 6, man. 16. I was out there, feet to the fire, trying to get to the money. You know what I'm saying? I was 16, so the stuff I was doing, you know, yeah, like, it wasn't all bad. I was pumping gas, packing bags, just washing cars, doing a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But yo, I'ma holler at y'all, man. Me go get my day together. I appreciate y'all. We definitely gonna tap back in. I gave y'all 2 hours. If this was a good stream, man. This stream right here, when I cut it off, is gonna have at least over 1,000 views. 1,000 views, easy. Because a lot of people kept coming in. And I kept watching that number. At one point, it was at over 100 people in here. At one point, there's over 100 people in here. And I kept watching that number. And I appreciate y'all, man. I have no idea what this 50-50 thing came from. My mom that never worked with type of job. That's where the world trade come from. Where? Yeah, man. A dog with a muzzle on can't eat. Yes, sir. But at the end of the day, listen, I don't care how much money a woman makes, all right? Let me tell you something what the Bible says. What God says. God says he doesn't care how much money that woman make. You are head of the household. Even if she make $1 million and you sit on that couch, the order does not change. You still above the woman. Man is always above woman. Woman got to fall in line with our orders. We got to teach them. You know what I'm saying? This is stuff that's for real, man. So when a woman is disrespecting you, checking you, then I know. You don't know the order that God set it up. You know what I'm saying? It's a woman, it's man, it's Christ, God. So, even Christ has to answer to somebody. So, people that say Christ is God. Christ ain't God. Christ gave the order. Woman, man is the head of woman. Christ is the head of man. And God is the head of Christ. So how can God and Christ be the same? Unless Christ is schizophrenic. You Christians kill me, man. You Christians, I'm going to start slaying y'all Christians, man, who says God and Christ is the same. I'm going to start slaying y'all. Christ said a prayer that we must say. Our Father. Christ said a prayer. He said, our Father. He said we must pray to our Father. Christ said we must pray to our Father. So how is Christ God when he is telling us we got to pray to our Father who art in heaven? Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be on earth as it is in heaven. Give us the daily bread. Forgive us our sins. We forgive those who sin against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from all evil. For thine is the power of the kingdom and thy glory forever and ever. Amen. I'm out.